it just had the feeling of this is how it's going to end. But with what this team has been through in particular, in addition to, our World Series run or our season may come to an end with all that we've had hanging on our head. There had to be, some thoughts, and I'll admit it happened to me for a brief second in between innings. Started to think about, man, what am I going to say? Am I going to keep it together? And I just told myself, stop. Just stop. And wrote it on my hand right there, right? On Thursday night, Brooks Webb, one of our alums from my very first recruiting class, read to the team just from a playbook that I give the team every year. And he just shared with the team, he brought out the piece of paper that he's had for 17 years. And he just talked about, he said, this is the mission statement of the program. Here are the core beliefs of our program. And he said, the last one is all I care about. And he said, we do believe in baseball miracles and great finishes. And that's been one of our core beliefs for 17 years. And a lot of things go into it. But I thought that was so poignant. That's why I kind of got emotional after the game.
The final chapter for Birmingham Southern has not been written yet. And because of that, the journey continues for the Panthers. Welcome to 2024 NCAA Division III Baseball Championships here in Eastlake, Ohio. The matchup, an elimination game between those Panthers from Birmingham Southern and the Wisconsin-Whitewater Warhawks. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy and our crew. You heard Panthers head coach Jan Weisberg. It was a surreal finish here yesterday, a walk-off finish that this team just refuses to lose, refuses to end the run at Birmingham Southern. And the Panthers will try to extend it to end the run at Birmingham Southern. And the Panthers will try to extend it at
They added that total by bopping their way past Randolph, making 11-3 Friday night. But it was a pitcher's duel last night, and Salve Regina sent Whitewater to an elimination game in a 2-0 game. It only took an hour and 45 minutes. A great duel between two good pitchers. The pitcher of the year in the Eastern Conference from Salve Regina, Sean Mulligan, who bested Michael Hilker. Neither allowed more than 5 hits. So here we are, Whitewater with 41 wins, throws freshman Jack Hagan to the mound in an elimination game against the country's darling, certainly the darlings of this tournament in Birmingham Southern.
Hagan's numbers, terrific. ERA of 2.60, 9-0.
This is his 13th appearance, his 9th start. He's thrown 2 complete games in 65 2/3 innings. Hagan's allowed 56 hits. 19 earned runs. He's walked but 11, struck out 59. Opponents have hit .230 against Hagan, who is a second-team all-region performer.
So while the story unfolds with Birmingham Southern of when their final baseball game will be played for a school that no longer exists, it's still an elimination game for both teams. They want to keep playing baseball, and that includes the Warhawks, who are in the home whites and the purple trim. Eli Stedman steps in to begin the contest against Hagan. And it's low for ball 1.
Salve Regina has the day off. They'll play the winner of this game tomorrow.
Laced at Thies. Makes the play at first. 1 away. Let's set the defense behind Hagan. For the guys from Wisconsin, it's Skolin in left, McVeigh in center, and Payton in right. Hopper, Frazier, Thies and Frank left to right in the infield, and Holland is the catcher for the righty Jack Hagan. 1 away, here's Dutton, the second baseman. A strike.
That was a .333 hitter, 7 homers, 41 RBIs. Dutton, third-team all-region player. Dutton's a senior out of Southside, Alabama.
Two and one. Birmingham Southern fans still coming into the ballpark. Bill and I just took a stroll, and well, there's the fraternity brothers who have made the trip here to Ohio. They made it safe and sound to left. Stolen right there for out number 2. But there's perhaps a little bit more than just the usual group of folks who are actually from Alabama that wanted to come and see what this team is all about.
But certainly it has piqued the interest of the baseball fan. Here's Webster yesterday with the walk-off home run in the 9th inning, and no doubt about her.
Crazy go nuts, those fraternity brothers over the Panthers dugout. He hit 2 bombs in the win yesterday over Randolph-Macon.
That gives him 15 home runs on the year, 52 RBIs, both are team highs.
This one will not clear the fence. It'll be caught by Payton, and a quick inning for Hagan and the Warhawks, who will swing the sticks when we return. The lineup card for Whitewater Hall of Fame coach John Vodelinch is Holland, the catcher, to lead it off. Then Skolin, Frank, and Kootway in the cleanup spot. Hopper, Thies, Payton, McVeigh, and Bennett Frazier. Facing the right-hander for Birmingham Southern, Carter Tyus.
Tyus, a junior out of Vestavia Hill, Alabama. Had the 3rd most starts in this club, his 9th of the year, 9th appearance as well. He's 1-1 with a .365 earned run average in 24 2/3 innings. Tyus has allowed 31 hits, 10 earned runs. He's walked 11, struck out 20. Opponents have hit .298 against Tyus.
Face Aaron Holland. Good-looking catcher, freshman catcher with a plug-in to the leadoff spot, and he's a guy who finds ways to get on base for the aforementioned big boppers behind him.
He's been in that leadoff spot most of this season.
One and 0 to Holland. Tried to check his swing, and it got a piece of the bat.
Tyus has made 7 starts in each of the last 2 years. 3-1 last year with a .474 ERA. 3.03 ERA a couple years back.
And a strike. Two and one. I thought it hit the bat of Holland, but it did not. It carried actually off the glove of the catcher, Nelson. So 2-1 it is. Make it 3-1.
Tyus 6'2", 225. We've got a presence out there on the hill.
Holland checked his swing that time and did it in time, so he reaches with a leadoff walk, and to the plate steps a first-team All-American hitter, and Matt Skolin.
He's had a big tournament as well, and hitting like an All-American. Skolin 3 for 7 with 4 RBIs here in Eastlake.
Junior outfielder waits and takes strike one.
Skolin on the year, 400 hitter. He's 80 for 200. Got 36 extra base hits of those 80 hits. Driven in 68 runs with 16 homers, both best on the club.
Another strike. Tyus getting ahead of this big hitter, 0-2.
This is Tyus' first appearance since May 19th when he pitched 4 innings at Transylvania. Didn't allow a run that day. Allowed 4 hits in 4 innings of work.
Upstairs, tried to get him the chase, 1-2.
Whitewater likes to run. They're a well-balanced team. They've got the power Bob alluded to, but they can beat you on the bases.
Strike 3 called. And Skolin taking a look. Can't believe it. Fraternity Bros do. One away. Set the defense for the Panthers behind Tyus. It's Zito, Stedman, Banks left to right on the outfield. You've got Ladd at third, Truitt at short, Dutton at second, and Webster over at first with Nelson catching the righty Carter Tyus. Here's Eli Frank now, the first baseman.
You see, he's a big boy out of Bayport, Wisconsin.
A big cut by Eli.
Their leading hitter average-wise at .426. He's hit 12 homers, driven in 65 runs.
Frank, a third-team All-American.
They struggled the first 2 days here, just 1 for 8. Whitewater compiled 9 hits and scoring 11 runs Friday. They only had 5 hits last night against Sean Mulligan. 4 hits, excuse me.
2-1 to the big junior infielder. It's Holland over at first, hanging out in the neighborhood. There he goes. Frank swings away, shallow center coming on, and making the catch on the run is Stedman.
Nice play by the center fielder. We should tell you it rained most of the morning. That's why this game is 2 hours later than was advertised. But Stedman, with a slide on the wet turf, makes a very nice play to record the second out of the first inning.
Two away for Adam Kootway, the designated hitter. Strike 1.
Kootway in limited at bats this year hitting .284. 4 homers, 12 RBIs. He was a preseason All-American, an All-American last year, but he broke his wrist the third game of the season on the spring trip to Florida. Had surgery and is still in the process of rehabbing in it, but he's in the cleanup hole and has been for the postseason.
Big undercut swing there. Tyus has him 1-2.
Way in the tournament, 2 for 6 with an RBI and a couple of runs scored.
Sawed him off, but in trouble and a base hit. We think, yep, Dutton's going to retrieve it. No chance to get the runner at first or second. So 2 aboard with 2 down.
First hit of the game is an opposite field jam shot by Kootway, who muscles this one into right field. Dutton shows his range, gets to the ball, but he can't make a play. So Whitewater's got something going with 2 out in the first.
And it's Danny Hopper now, the third baseman. Big cut there.
Whitewater not afraid to steal a base. They've done so 104 times this year in 51 games.
Good squeeze by Nelson, the catcher. 1-1. Hopper and Skolin, along with another teammate, all played on the same summer league team their last offseason. Wanted to bond, wanted to grow together as players and as friends off the diamond. At the end of that foul, the umpires, we have John Grabowski behind home plate calling balls and strikes. We have J.B. Torres at first. We have Keith Peterson at second. And we have Brett Taylor down the line at third. And we also have replay challenges. Each coach gets a pair. If you win the challenge, you keep it. 1-2 to Hopper. Throw over to first. Webster had to do some fancy glove work over there.
He hadn't been holding Kudway at first. He stuck in behind him. Hopper at the plate's a .378 hitter with 4 homers, 39 RBIs.
Pokes it to right. Banks near the line, on the run, in foul territory, but makes the catch. Side retired. Nothing across for the Warhawks. Inning number 1, and there's no score. No score between the guys from Bama and the guys from Scotty. I know that they know how to tailgate in the Badger State, but apparently they also know how to tailgate here in Ohio. The folks that made the trip to back their Panthers going out in the parking lot across the way, having some camaraderie before the contest.
And they also got an extra 2 hours to tailgate because of the rain delay. What do you do with an extra 2 hours, Bob?
At a tailgate?
No.
Don't know. No ideas. Here's a slow roller. Frank, shovel toss, and they got him with Hagen covering. Danger zone, trouble to be sure, but Hagen and Frank team up to get the out and erase Hancock.
Nice play by Frank. Hagen fields his position well. The freshman from San Clemente, California gets over there in position to take the toss, tag the bag, and get the first out in the second.
One away for Charlie Banks. Swing and a miss.
Charlie Banks, .383 hitter. Had a good tournament, 5 for 9 with 3 RBIs. It's third best of any hitter in this tournament.
It's this one hard to center field. McVeigh going back on the track, and he makes the catch.
There's a lot of room out there. This is a minor league ballpark, the home of the Lake County Captains, the Cleveland Guardians minor league affiliate in the Midwest League. Banks extends his arm and gives it a ride. It's 400 feet to deep center field. That went about .385, but it was flagged down by McVeigh. .320 down each line here at the home of the Captains.
And this is Jacob Zito with 2 away.
First year this tournament's been played in Ohio. It's been in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for the last 4 years. This is our 7th home since the D3 tournament started in 1976.
Two and one now to Zito. And a strike to even the count.
Zito came off the bench and delivered a pinch hit and then stayed in the game, got another hit. A 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, and that come from behind win against Randolph-Macon.
And that got a piece of Jake.
Birmingham Southern got pinch hits from Zito, Grant Morgan, and Parker Ladd. How often do you see 3 guys come out the bench and get hits at clutch at times late in the game? Again, that's why you think there's something magical going on in that dugout with the guys in the black tops.
Count is full. And on top of that, they try to suicide squeeze that if the run scores, it was tied. Didn't get it, but then they tied it anyway before the walk-off winner by Webster. Hopper makes the play, side retired. Nothing across for Birmingham Southern. Middle of 2, no score here in Ohio. No score here on our second elimination game of the day on this Sunday afternoon. Warhawks will send up Thies, Payton, and McVeigh, 6, 7, and 8.
Jack Hagen looked good in the early going. The freshman from San Clemente Won a big game in the Super Regional last week against Wisconsin Lacrosse. Through a complete game, 8-hitter allowed but 2 runs. And he's in another big spot here, an elimination game against Birmingham Southern. Hagan pitched the deciding 3rd game, the Super Regional last weekend on Whitewater's home field.
Strike 1 to Andy, who hails from Tallahassee, Florida.
This is a roster predominantly made up of Wisconsinites and a few Illinois players mixed in.
Swung through that offering from Tyus, 0-2. Got him. Chased it on the outside. Second K registered by Carter Tyus. 1 away.
Tyus off to a good start. Even though Whitewater put a couple runners on against him in the 1st inning.
1 away for Sam Payton, the right fielder.
Payton, a .291 hitter. The junior hit 3 home runs, drove in 43.
Jumped in that first pitch, but fouls it down into the bullpen. This is not the first meeting this year between these two clubs. Whitewater made a spring trip down to Pensacola, and on the trip they went 7-1. 2 of the wins came against these same Panthers, who were ranked number 11 in the country.
Panthers are no longer ranked, despite their 33-15 record.
One and one to Payton. Nice pitch there, but didn't get it. 2-1. Unranked, Bill, but certainly once they started to level off, and then when the word came down in March that the school that they attend was going to shut its doors at the end of May, that's when they really turned it on.
They're 20-5 since the announcement was made March 26th that the school would be closing.
An amazing run. 3-1 to Payton. Launches to left. It's got some giddy up, and it's gone. Sam Payton goes yard, and Whitewater draws first blood.
4th home run of the year for Payton. He's not one of the big boppers. He's out there as much for his defense as his offense. But he turns on that one and pulls it out of here to give Whitewater the early lead.
He jumps on this pitch. And you saw Tyus too. He flinched because he knew that was a little too meaty. Halfway up that tarp in left center.
Little middle, and Payton jumped on it.
So 1-0 Wisconsin-Whitewater. Here's Dominic McVeigh. Ball 1 to the center fielder.
McVeigh, a .322 hitter with 8 home runs. He's driven in 34.
Upstairs 2-0.
As a team, Whitewater again averages 10 runs a game. They've hit 104 home runs this year in 52 games.
Tack that last one on.
Yeah.
Very good. I knew you would.
That's almost 2 home runs. That is 2 home runs a game.
Yeah. Incredible stats. 2-1 to McVeigh. Look out. Buzz the tower there. 3-1.
But again, they're pretty well balanced. They can steal a base. They got power. 3 good pitchers. And Barron, who won opening night here, Hilker, the All-American, got bested in a duel last night, and now Hagen.
This one left field, got good carry as well. And that is gone. Zito made an effort at the wall to try to bring it back, and he lost his glove in doing so. Didn't matter. Another solo shot. McVeigh makes it 2-0.
That was a towering, majestic shot. The wind is blowing out to left. Zito goes back there, leaps, and again, if it's over the yellow line here, of course the yellow line is blocked by the signage. It's a home run, but back-to-back jacks by Payton and McVeigh have Birmingham Southern reeling and prompts a mound visit for Tyus. For McVeigh, that's his 9th home run of the year. And now Whitewater's averaging more than 2 home runs a game.
That ball bounced back. It hit the railing that's well beyond that fence there, and it bounced back into play. And John Vodelich asked for the baseball and tossed it in the dugout so that McVeigh would have a souvenir.
It's the pitching coach talking for Tyus. John Grabowski is going to break up the meeting. Trying to settle Tyus down, get him to refocus after the back-to-back jacks.
The only glass half full part of this for Tyus is that they were solo shots. But still, shaking up a pitcher. And now Bennett Frazier, the number 9 hitter. Ball 1.
And again, after seeing their bats stifled last night by Salve Regina, John Wumlich, the veteran coach, got to feel good down there after seeing his team come out swinging.
Two-0. It's your 7 and 8 hitters going yard. You expect it from the big guys that we showed you at the top of the lineup. So this is a bonus for Wisconsin-Whitewater. And it is quieted for the moment those rowdy fans behind the Birmingham Southern dugout. A strike, 3-1. Bullpen scurries.
Well, we got some stirring down there. Some representatives from the dugout going down to activate the bullpen, which is down either line here and on the field and in play at this ballpark.
Strike. Come on back, Mr. Frazier. Count is full. That is ball 4. And a free pass for the shortstop. Flip the lineup card over, back to the top, and Aaron Holland, the catcher.
Holland pokes the other walk off at Tyus. Last inning.
He takes strike 1.
You can see the bullpen is starting to get busy. An elimination game, a coach has got to have a short leash.
Got to empty the tank. Good squeeze again by Nelson. 1-1.
And a left-hander throwing down there.
Frazier gets his lead at first. Into the seats, foul. In the dirt, Frazier can trot his way into second base.
He had a good secondary lead when the ball scampered away from Nelson. Frazier scooted down to second, took the extra base.
So in scoring position, Whitewater trying to tack on more. Already with a 2 spot. And a 2-2 count coming to Holland, and yep, he went around. Strikeout for Tyus. Needed it, got it, 2 away.
Now the dangerous Skolin.
Yep, too much. Tyus was able to get Skolin, struck him out in his first matchup. Not this time. Past Tyus into center, a base hit. Here comes Frazier, and it's 3-0 Whitewater.
'69th RBI for the All-American outfielder. He shoots this one up the middle. Second baseman with a dive, but Dutton can't knock the ball down. If he had, they would have saved the run. But it gets through in the outfield. And Frazier scores easily. Whitewater has a 3-0 lead.
And Eli Frank for the second time against Tyus. Strike one. Four hits now for the Warhawks, 3 of them here in the second inning.
2 of them were pretty loud.
To short, to second, side retired. Loud and noisy runs produced by the Wisconsin-Whitewater Warhawks. They lead it 3-0 after 2. Nothing our score now as we head to the top of the third inning. Panthers from Birmingham Southern, work to do against the righty on the hill, Jack Hagan. And a first pitch strike to Ty Truitt.
Birmingham Southern looking for their first hit against Hagan, their first base runner.
Pretty well hit. And an even better catch made by McVeigh.
Certainly the best hit ball against Hagan. Truitt gives it a ride, but McVeigh gets a good jump and goes a long way to make a spectacular catch. Saves extra bases to be sure.
Hit a home run. Make a highlight reel catch. Have a day, Mr. McVeigh. Here's Shane Nelson, the catcher. Up the middle, and that gets down for a base hit. So Hagan gives up his first base hit of the afternoon. And Parker Ladd will step in, playing third base today for the Panthers. Ladd to left, and just missed. Just foul. Guys in the Birmingham Southern bullpen were down there waving their arms, trying to push it back into fair territory.
Ladd had a pinch single yesterday against Randall, making in the late innings. He stayed in the game and played third. He also made a late inning appearance Friday and drew a walk.
Holland snuffs that pitch out in the dirt. 1-1. Hagen a toss over. Keeping an eye on Nelson over there. Back to the plate, the 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Whitewater in the final rankings of the season, 5th in the country in Division III.
Which rankings haven't meant much. Endicott, the top-ranked team for most of the season, was eliminated earlier today by Misericordia. They're on their way home. Denison was number 2, and they didn't make it here.
Because of Birmingham Southern.
Yeah.
And to add to your point, strike 2-2. Lynchburg, defending national champs, who won their first 2 games, just receiving votes in the last poll.
Same with the Birmingham Southern.
Yeah. Lynchburg looks the part of the defending national champ. 2-2 pitch. Slicer up in the air, right side. Payton will make the grab. 2 down.
Well, the pollsters have taken a beating this postseason.
Back to the top of the order, and Eli Stedman. A ground out on the scorecard for Stedman in his first AB. Holland.
Nelson decided not to go. He took a step towards second. Didn't have a very good secondary lead, and so he decided to stop in his tracks and go back to first. Holland did a good job blocking that ball.
Looked like a hockey goalie, knocking down the puck in the crease. 1-0 to Stedman. Make it 2-0. You're the pucks expert. Crease, right?
Yeah, it sounded like you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I know better.
Do I?
No, I can say I know better, but.
So the goalie knocks it down.
Yeah.
In the crease.
Holland's from Wheaton, Illinois. Maybe he's a Blackhawks guy.
2-0. In the air to right. This one's got some good carry as well. And this one is gone. Eli Stedman almost hit the scoreboard with this knock. And Birmingham Southern right back in it.
We talk about the big boppers from Whitewater. That's the 4th home run of the tournament for Birmingham Southern. For Stedman, it's his 4th home run of the year. And the Panthers have had some pretty good swings against Hagen this inning. That's the best swing. Goes a long way to right field. Birmingham Southern's within a run.
And we've seen this before. Whitewater kept that group quiet when they tallied 3 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They're alert and back in this ball game now as Dutton fouls it off out of play. Dutton a fly ball out in the first.
Eli Stedman's a junior from Birmingham.
Nice bounce for Frank. He wins the race to the bag. Side retired. The Panthers pounce at the top of the 3rd. 3-2 our score. Well, the team from the Hilltop gets a pair to make this a 1-run contest. They go to the bullpen here to Start the bottom of the third with the lefty Tams Mullins.
Tams is a freshman from Canton, Georgia, so we got a battle of freshman pitchers here. On the year, Tams 1-0 with a 386 earned run average. His 17th appearance, all out of the bullpen. He's been a closer with 4 saves, but he gets an early call here. 32 2/3 innings. We'll tell you what Mullins has done.
First pitch swinging, deep in the hole, Truitt. Long throw and a bullet to get Kootway. One away.
Real nice play by Truitt. Goes off his arm. 1 pitch, 1 out for Mullins. Here it is. Big time play by the shortstop. On the backhand, like a real strong throw. But on the year, Mullins 32 2/3 innings, allowed 33 hits, 14 earned runs. He's walked 12, struck out 21. Opponents have hit 266 against this left-handed freshman.
Can we say lanky left-hander?
I'd say he's lanky.
Yeah, 6'4", but muscular. 6'4", 230. Good size coming at you.
They listed him at 200 before the season, so.
Really?
Well, I was going to say, trading table is good.
Real good. Tacked on 30 LBs. 1-1 to Danny Hopper. Here is a Hopper into center field for a base hit. Warhawks trying to reestablish a little more cushion after that 3 spot in the bottom of the second. And now Thies, the hitter. Struck out against Tyus back in the second inning. Lefty on lefty, a strike. Five hits now for Whitewater. Tamper off of number 7. He's got that armor down around the ankle for good reason.
This is Mullins' first appearance since April 26th.
Ahead of Thies, 0-2. A soft toss. 1-2.
Can retire a batter against Rhodes on the 26th of April.
Hopper the runner at first. Good size lead over there, but doesn't go. And a swing and a miss. Thies down on strikes for the second time today, 2 down. And now Sam Payton. Sam did damage in his last at-bat. Came against Tyus. And as a refresher, here you go. Deep up in that tarp in left center. McVeigh, who's in the on-deck circle. Copycat. Very next AB. Throw to first, and then second is late.
Well, Webster double clutched, and that cost him. Credit Hopper with the stolen base, but the key is he breaks on first move. First baseman double clutches in an attempt to relay the throw from the pitcher, and Truitt can't get the tag down in time.
I saw Truitt bang the dirt. He said, "We had him. If it's a clean toss, I got him and we're out of the inning." There's a chopper to try to get him out of the inning. No tag, but the out at first gets the job done. Nothing across for the Warhawks. And after 3, it's 3-2 Wisconsin-Whitewater.
This year, Division III is celebrating its 50th anniversary. The NCAA thanks all the student athletes, coaches, administrators, and fans. Jackson.
It'll be yesterday's hero, Jackson Webster, to lead off the top of the 4th inning for Birmingham Southern. You heard the post-game comments from head coach Jan Weisberg. Webster was asked about his unforgettable blast, and he admitted that the swing prior, he had a bad swing. He was thinking this is going to be a terrible at-bat. But he got a hanging curveball and rode it out of here, and then rode the emotion all the way around the bases till he got to home plate. Said, baseball miracles, sometimes they happen, and they did. Goes to right. Hayden going back on the track, and that one's gone. Jackson Webster ties it. He just keeps rewriting the script, folks.
Well, he's a strong young man. 16th home run of the year. Team high 53 RBIs. He goes to Oppo here to tie the game. Send the crowd into delirium once again and get his teammates on the bench fired up. And John Bonowitz going to go try to settle his freshman down here. 2 home runs in the last 3 hitters.
All the pride. There are watch parties going on back home in Birmingham. These guys are feeding off of it.
Hagan has now given up a team high 7 home runs this year, so the gopher ball has haunted the freshman. The short conversation between Bodenwich and Hagan.
We're back to even, 3-all. And Ian Hancock now, the designated hitter, goes after the first pitch. Liner base hit down the right field line. Hancock on his horse, bobble in the corner, but Hancock won't get greedy. He'll settle for the double.
Hancock's a 3-time all-conference performer. He hooks this one down in the corner. Cleanup hitter with a double, and we mentioned it last inning. The Panthers have had some pretty good swings against Hagan since the 2nd inning. There's the latest one, as Hancock collects his 11th double of the season.
Nobody out. Charlie Banks. First pitch coming on McVeigh, and diving stab, not this time. Hancock will score. McBanks into third, triple. Panthers lead it 4-3.
Well, that time McVeigh couldn't get to it and make it spectacular because, again, he went a long way. The freshman from Mineral Point, Wisconsin, obviously a good defensive outfielder. The ball caroms past him all the way to the fence, and that enables Banks to take an extra base and end up at third. So Birmingham has a home run, a double, and a triple here in the 4th, and they now have the lead.
And almost on cue, the sun appears for the first time today. A strike to Jacob Zito.
I don't think Whitewater thinks it's too sunny.
Storm clouds all of a sudden.
Bullpen busy for the Warhawks.
Zito, base hit off the glove of Hopper. It's 5-3.
Four straight hits and 4 straight barrels for the Panthers. And that's going to be it for Jack Hagan. John Bodenlich again recognizing it's elimination game. You can't go too long. He gets a quick hook here, and Hagan KO'd for the game with 6 hits in the last 2 innings.
Bill mentioned the folks that are documenting the story that is unfolding before our eyes of Birmingham Southern. They probably can't believe what they're seeing in their lenses. Pitching change. When we come back, we'll reset things. It's the Panthers 5 and the Warhawks 3. Starter Jack Hagan out for the Warhawks. In comes the right-hander, Cade Hansen out of Texas.
New Braunfeld, Texas. Sophomore. On the year, Hansen has a 1-0 record. Excuse me, a 4-0 record with a 3.64 ERA. This is his 12th appearance, 11th out of the bullpen, in 29 2/3 inning. This Texan has allowed 29 hits, 12 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 29, so a strikeout an inning, and opponents have hit 250 against his right-hander.
3 runs in, Zito's over at first, nobody out. Ty Truitt the batter. And a first pitch strike from Hansen.
He gets it up there pretty good.
Zito trying to time Hansen's delivery. That one down the right field, foul territory.
Hansen last pitched in the regional against Center through 3 innings. Allowed but 1 hit and no runs. Whitewater didn't use a relief pitcher in the Super Regional in the 3 games against La Crosse. They only have 5 saves out of their bullpen, and they don't have the shutdown guy that other teams do. In fact, the third baseman, Danny Hopper, has the most saves, too.
Good job by Holland behind the dish, 1-2. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down by Holland is going to skip in the center.
I think they call interference on the hitter. Yep, they're going to send the...
Yeah, they're both out.
Yep.
So it turns into a double play. Whitewater will take it. 2 down.
It's a good call. I'm sure the replay will show. Truitt gets in front of Holland as he attempts to throw out the base runner. And the play at second base is academic. Plate umpire John Grabowski immediately signaled the interference. So now 2 out, nobody on.
Here's Shane Nelson, strike 1. Nelson singled in the 3rd. Glove by Frank. Pitcher covering and side retired. But the lead flips in favor of Birmingham Southern with a 3 spot here in the top of the 4th. Bottom of 4, Wisconsin-Whitewater had the early lead. It's gone, but a lot of baseball game left to be played, with Birmingham Southern in front 5-3 at the moment. McVeigh will kick things off here. Solo home run for him back in the second.
Yeah, the freshman from Mineral Point, Wisconsin, has been in the middle of everything here. Diving catch in center, just missed another diving catch. The ball went to the wall, and much to the delight of Birmingham Southern, he also hit the home run back in the second.
Swings to that offering from Mullins. Frazier will be next, and then top of the order with Holland, the catcher. Excuse me, swing. Tapper to Truitt, who charges and gets it out of the glove late. You could see he just couldn't find the handle cleanly.
It's a tough play on the run all the time in a play like that, and as you say, Truitt double clutches, can't get a grip on the ball, and because of that, McVeigh with good speed beats the throw. Charge, double clutch, too late at first.
So Whitewater, the leadoff man aboard here for Frazier, the shortstop. Strike one.
Frazier, a .393 hitter, not bad out of the 9-hole, huh? Hasn't had a homer, but driven in 25. Is among the leaders in sacrifice hits in the country.
Liner knocked down by Truitt. They'll get the force play at second. If he gloves it cleanly, maybe has a chance for a double play, but they'll get the lead runner one away.
Now McVeigh, he was in a tough spot. He only went about 4 steps and then stopped. He thought he was going to catch it, but when he didn't, he was a dead duck on the force. McVeigh in a tough spot in a play like that.
Jen Weisberg going to chat with John Grabowski. I think he wants...
I think he wants a review.
Yeah.
That he caught it on the line.
Yeah, did he catch it? I think I saw baseball pop out with the leather at first blush.
So the umpire is conferring. I assume they'll go to the headsets here shortly. Here it is, that far away. I don't know if we're going to be able to tell.
Yeah, ball's on the ground. Almost made a diving basket catch there.
Maybe we'll save the review. Plate umpire John Grabowski coming over to explain what the second base umpire Keith Peterson saw.
Yeah, Jan's trying to get them to change it on their own without burning.
And he's going to take a challenge.
Now he's going to review it.
No, he asked for a challenge.
I don't think he's going to win this challenge.
No, but you never know. They don't have the replay capability in the dugout that we do.
Yeah, it's the difference from the majors. They have people that are dedicated just to looking at video to tell a manager or someone on the coaching staff, yeah, you want to review this. We'll look at it again, but you'll be able to see that when Truitt hits the ground, the ball is exposed on the dirt. And then he grabs it and flips it to second.
I'm not really sure why they. I mean, all you gain from this review is you replace McVeigh on the bases with Frazier, you get McVeigh back on the bases instead of Frazier. They both run pretty well. McVeigh's got 6 steals this year on 12 attempts. Frazier's got 7 and 13.
Right, you can't review it and say, well, he did catch it and assume that it would have been a double play. That's out of the question.
So, seems like an ill-advised challenge, but it has been made, and we will get the result of it very shortly. I don't see where this is going to take very long. You don't have any conclusive evidence to review or to reverse the call, in my opinion.
Save, yeah. So that's how the play unfolded. So the challenge came from the Panthers. The runner was out on the force play and safe at first. Nothing to see here. So 1 out, and Holland, the catcher, strike 1 to Aaron. Holland's third at bat of the evening, a walk and a strikeout so far. Mullins ahead of the hitter, 0-2. If you're wondering what Mullins, when he's looking down like that, that's pitch calm, the communication. One and two the count. Frazier's the runner over at first for Whitewater.
Holland 1 for 7 in the tournament. A couple of walks, including one today.
Mullins, a glance and a toss. And now the lefty. Back to work, 1-2 coming home. And down the line, foul. Mullins again. Chopper to short. Out at second. Throw to first is not in time.
Nice pick by Webster down there. Didn't know. That was a nice pick, period. I was going to say to no avail, but did stop the ball from going by him and allowing Holland to take second. More conventional double play here. Truitt to Dutton, and the ball was just so slowly hit that they can't turn it.
So now 2 away. Matt Skolin, the hitter for Whitewater. Singled home a run in the second inning. Strike 1.
Going 4 for 10 in the World Series.
Down to 5 teams remaining that can play for the national title.
Skolman's 5 RBIs are the most among World Series competitors.
Holland his lead to right. Banks going back. That cleared. It's a 2-run home run for Matt Skolin. Folks, we're back to even. Tied at 5.
And Matt Skolin got a nice swing. I mean, he's, along with that Kim kid from Pomona pitcher, they're the 2 best hitters in the tournament. Kim's on his way home, or is home in California. Skolin still playing, driven in 3 of the 5 runs today. And the All-American hits another home run. His second of the tournament. And his 17th of the year. Skolin now with 71 RBIs.
Third home run of this game by Whitewater.
Skolin from Downers Grove, Illinois.
Here's Eli Frank, who has home run power. So Birmingham Southern has 2. Whitewater has 3. Let's play home run derby to decide a winner here.
They each have 5 home runs in the tournament in 3 games. So that's not a bad idea.
Might as well. It's shaping up that way, isn't it?
I think it's shaping up as a battle of the bullpens.
Yeah, who can survive all the long balls and all the offense? Frank fouls it off. We're at 5-5 in the 4th inning. And 5 home runs have been hit. 13 total base hits so far. Mullins to Frank. Got him with the off-speed pitch. Side retired, but not until Whitewater draws even again in this contest. To inning number 5. And it's Panthers 5, Warhawks 5. Five's alive here in East Lake, Ohio.
Buckle up. I think this one's got a chance. A few twists and turns. You'd expect nothing else from Birmingham Southern as they've taken us on this improbable journey. Again, to recap that, on March 26th, school announced would cease operation on May 31st after years of financial turmoil. College had opened in 1918 after they merged 2 campuses. Ladd retired there on the pop-up.
Here's what Stedman.
No, they call catcher's interference.
Oh.
So
a little bit of everything in this game, right?
Ladd reaches.
Okay.
The ball's dead. I mean, you say, wait a minute, they caught it in short right field, but catcher's interference negates that. That's an error on the catcher if you score.
Right? Must have tipped the glove. Here's Eli Stedman. Stedman has one of the 5 ding-dongs in this contest so far. It happened in the 3rd inning. Two-run shot. We just saw Skolin go there as well. His was a line shot. Get out of here in a hurry. Two and one to Eli.
And to continue my history lesson on Birmingham Southern, the 2 institutions that were founded in the 1800s merged, starting with Birmingham Southern in 1918, but they failed to receive additional funding from the state.
A bunt and a beauty. No play. The Panthers dugout call, they want you to keep talking about it because it's got them going again.
Infield hit there for Stedman, who hit one about 360 feet in his last AB. This one goes about 20, and he reaches with the 7th hit for Birmingham Southern.
And now Andrew Dutton with 2 aboard and nobody out. Strike 1.
Anyway, when they announced they were closing the school because of lack of funding, the team had a 13-10 record. And it sure didn't look like a special last season for the Panthers. And they went on a 14-2 run. They won 9 in a row in that span.
This is trouble. Into the gap. Here comes Ladd. RBI double for Dutton. Panthers back in front. Why not? Your storytelling has inspired the baseball players.
Well, they can really hit. This is Dutton with the run-scoring double. Real break in the inning is the catcher's interference call.
Yeah, exactly.
They could have kept the leadoff guy off the base.
And be careful here. It's Jackson Webster again, strike one. Jackson hit another home run back in the fourth inning. Pile on to the other round trippers he's got. He's just having himself such a fun time. One and one to the junior. Big cut there. I know a lot of the underclassmen like Webster, all these media interviews, they've asked them, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? And a lot of them don't have an answer. They don't have a plan to go somewhere else, go to school, play baseball. They all say the same thing. I'll think about it later. I'll deal with it later. Right now, I'm just enjoying this ride. And why wouldn't you? Hansen in a jam here. Two aboard and nobody out, and a big stick up there.
Infield back for Whitewater. They know they're going to score runs.
Webster turned on one, but foul.
I guess if I'm including good hitters in this tournament, I better include this guy along with Skolin and Kim, eh? He's having a monster tournament.
Is he ever? Slicer, it's in the park, but it's doing more damage. One run in. They'll hold Dutton at third, but Jackson Webster does it again. 7-5, Birmingham Southern.
Strong throw by Payton. The hold Dutton at third, but the hit parade continues. 3 straight hits for the Panthers. And Webster continues his hitting show. Got 2 RBIs today. 6 in the tournament. And here comes a mound visit from the pitching coach of Whitewater. Wow.
Yeah.
Buckle up, because I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored the rest of the afternoon.
It's got a feeling of a double-digit football-type score for both teams.
And again, over the years, you see a lot of this in the elimination games on Sunday. I was going to say to you earlier, the game we saw last night, the pitchers' duel, which saw Salve Regina win 2-0 in an hour and 40 minutes. Sean Mulligan bested Michael Hilger, I think, is the best pitching we've seen since Jordan Zimmerman pitched against Emory in the first game of 2007. Zimmerman, who went on to pitch a long time with Washington for Wisconsin-Stevens Point, was he probably got a lot of money that day because he ended up being a supplemental first-round draft for the Washington Nationals. But that was as good a game as I had seen till last night. But last night was as well pitched. This is more what you see over the years. Again, an elimination game when pitching depth is taxed and whoever's got the most pitching is going to prevail. But it's usually a haven for hitters, and that's been the case today. Birmingham Southern with a 7-5 lead, and we're only in the 5th with nobody out.
I saw Max Hughes-Bow getting loose in the Whitewater bullpen. Panthers at the corners and nobody out. This is Ian Hancock. Doubled his last time up in the 4th inning. 9 hits now for Birmingham Southern. And a strike, 1-1.
Hancock having a big series, 5 for 10.
Giving chase, and it'll bounce out of play. I do wonder what you talked about, the film crew that's been following these coaches and players throughout the journey. I wonder what they think. You know, we're gonna shoot. Yeah, there they are. They're all over the place. They're probably in disbelief. Like, is this really happening? Like real life? Getting all this? Ball gets away. And down to second goes Webster. It's going to be one heck of a documentary when it's all said and done.
Say the question is, when's it going to end?
Yeah.
When does this run end and they can start editing?
They got a lot of great footage so far. Maybe more to come. All right, the infield's coming in now for Whitewater. Toes on the infield grass with runners at second and third and nobody out. Hancock.
Interesting here, he did bring the infield in. He didn't earlier in the inning. And nobody out. Hancock's a pretty good hitter. You make him a better hitter by bringing the infield in.
And that last pitch, he was just trying to stick the bat out and dump it over somebody's head. And instead, he'll take the free pass, gets hit down around the ankles, and now they're loaded with Panthers.
And Cade Hansen in a world of hurt here. Hansen came in, got the last 2 outs in the 4, last 3 outs thanks to a catcher's interference call. But he hasn't recorded an out here in the 5th, and that's going to be the end of Cade Hansen's appearance in this elimination game.
John Volich, the call to the bullpen. Third pitcher of the evening will make his way to the mound for the Warhawks, who now trail this contest 7-5 in the 5th. Second time in the tournament we have seen the right-hander from Ripon, Wisconsin, Max Hughesbow take the hill.
Hughesbow threw a couple of scoreless innings, allowed 1 hit against Randolph-Macon in a mop-up role Friday night. But he's in a little more hot soup right here. Inherits a bases-loaded situation in the 5th inning. Hughesbow on the year 5-2 with a 4.67 ERA. His 13th appearance. 3 relief appearances. One of them was Friday. In 52 innings, he's allowed 54 hits. 27 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 56. Opponents have hit 263 against Hughesbow. For Hughesbow.
Hughesbow. In hot soup, as you said.
He will face Charlie Banks.
Banks had the RBI triple against Hansen in his last AB. Banks homered already in this tournament.
Charlie, one of the hotter hitters in Eastlake. He's now 6 for 11 in the tournament with a double, triple, and home run. The infield goes back to double play depth with Hughesbow towing the slab.
Banks went a hacking.
Yeah, he looked first pitch fastball and hit it hard to the pull side.
Whitewater dugout skipping a beat there for a moment. 0-1 to Banks. a strike, 0-2. Hughesbo gets ahead here. Got him. Banks down on strikes.
He hardly shortened up his swing, did he?
No. He had one thought on his mind in that AB. So one away. So that's step one to try to get out of this and leave the scoreboard at 7-5. Here's Jacob Zito. Squeezed by Holland, 1-0. Low there, 2-0. If you're Whitewater and you're greedy, you want the double play here. But you'll also take something that's hit hard. Maybe get the force at home to keep this 7-5. Or a shallow fly ball, anything here to slow things down in this inning.
Tito's job to put the ball in play. He's 4 for 9 in the tournament.
Hughesbo, 2-1 pitch, ripped off the glove of Hopper.
Well, it's caught by the shortstop.
Yeah, but he had nowhere to go. So a run will score, and it's 8-5. That saved another run from scoring.
Yep. Nice play by Frazier, though, to save a run. Zito puts the ball in play with some. And the big inning continues for the Panthers. That's a tough chance for the third baseman. That's why they call it the hot corner.
Still loaded for Ty Truitt, strike one. Now without Frazier backing up the play there, that ball just lays in short left field, and no doubt another run would have tallied. Deep to center. Let's look at another run home. McVay's going to make the catch. Tagging from second and getting in as the run scores. From third, it's 9-5. Good job by Truitt to put the ball in play and get another RBI home.
Question. He hit it hard.
Webster tagging and scoring there.
So 7 runs in the last 2 innings for the Panthers.
Seen this movie before. 9th man to bat here in the inning, Shane Hansen, and he gets hit. And they're loaded again.
Second hit batsman of the inning.
Hughesbo was having a word with the home plate umpire, saying he's stuck the elbow out, and John Grabowski didn't agree. So that's 9 that have come to the plate. Parker Ladd, who started all of this. He went around for strike one. Do you remember how this started with Parker Ladd, Bill?
Well, catcher's interference was a big play in the inning.
Yeah, because it was a pop-up that was caught by Eli Frank at first. They ruled catcher's interference, so the out never happened. And then after that, party on.
Well, Ladd came around to score, and then the party was on.
The 0-1. In the dirt, snap throw to first, and in time, they get the runner.
Good play by Holland on the back pick to catch his catching counterpart Nelson napping and end the inning, which seemed to go forever if you're a Whitewater fan.
It finally ends with a 4 spot for Birmingham Southern. Back in front for the moment at 9-5.
The NCAA thanks official equipment suppliers, rallies, many officials apparel, and
Wisconsin-Whitewater head coach, longtime head coach John Vodelinch, just elected into the Coaches Hall of Fame.
One of 10 inductees this year. He'll receive his honor at the Coaches Convention in Dallas in January.
Congrats to Coach Vo. Trying to figure out how to get his team back in it. It's been one of those crazy seesaw affairs on the scoreboard. 9-5 here, bottom of 5. Adam Kootway leads it off for the Warhawks. Swung through that pitch, 0-2. Tams Mullins still on the hill, chucking for the Panthers.
You know any other Tams?
Memphis Tams of the old ABA days. There's a base hit to left for Kootway. Leadoff man aboard for Wisconsin-Whitewater.
Eighth hit for the Warhawks, the 18th hit in the game. Again, this is the bottom of the 5th.
And the Panthers, they know who they're playing, and they've seen the gaudy numbers too. It's Whitewater's up there swinging some fierce sticks.
Again, they average 10 runs a game. So this deficit is not mind-blowing to the Warhawks.
Nope. 0-1 to Hopper. Watches it sail outside the zone. "14 runs in this game now. 18 hits combined. Mullins has a little wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, equipment repair. That draws a big round of applause from your fraternity buddies.
I don't think this will make the documentary. Just saying. Tams gives the thumbs up, says, all right, I'm ready to go. A 1-1 count on Danny Hopper. This one is caught on the run by Stedman. One away. Even the outs in this game, Bill, and you've seen it, even the outs, they're noisy. There's not a whole lot of cans of corn so far.
Nope, these teams are taking advantage of some of the pitchers that aren't normally in clutch situations.
One away for Andy Thies. Outside 1-0. Andy, 2 trips, 2 strikeouts on his scorecard tonight. Mullins, lefty on lefty here, and paints the outside corner.
And he's got to be tough lefty on lefty. Mullins so far has thrown 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs. Struck out a pair.
Sky ball. Webster. Oh man, I'll tumble for you. Tutton's right there to say, you had it all the way, big guy. 2 away. This might make the documentary.
That's a big league pop-up.
Yeah. 23 is a cult hero. Stuck the landing there. 2 away. And Payton, the right fielder, homered back in the second, did Payton. Solo shot followed up by McVeigh's solo shot right after. The long ball match was on. Strike one.
Salve Regina awaits the winner of this game. That'll be tomorrow at 1:15. The survivor of this game will have to beat Salve Regina twice to advance to the championship series, which begins Wednesday.
We're on the first, back in time.
That championship series is a best-of-3 event. Lynchburg is the unbeaten team in Bracket 1, or Pool A. They'll play Misericordia tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Misericordia's got to win 2 games against Lynchburg to advance to the championship series.
Yeah, at the end of the night, only 4 will be standing. Center field, Stedman. Catch is made. Nothing across for the Warhawks in their half of inning number 5. We go to the 6th with Birmingham Southern in front, 9-5. We go to the 6th. The story continues to be written here at Classic Park. Parker Ladd, remember, he was at the plate when Nelson got picked off at first, so he gets a redo here to start the 6th.
Max Hughes-Bow continues on the hill for Whitewater.
The 1-1. Dropping down the bunt. Hughes-Bow pounces on it and fires a strike to get Ladd. 1 away. Nice job by Max. And now top of the order, and Stedman.
Number 6, Eli Stedman.
Eli right in the middle of all this offense. Home run, single. Driven in a pair, 2 runs scored. Straightens that one out, but just foul. Other side of the bag at first.
Jack Hagan retired the first 6 Birmingham Southern hitters. And his teammates gave him 3 runs. And Birmingham Southern's bats came alive. They sent 18 hitters to the plate in the next 3 innings to score their 9 runs. 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th.
And the game started when Whitewater hit those back-to-back jacks in the 2nd inning, put up 3 runs. To second, Thies makes the play, 2 down. Even though it was early, you felt, the folks on the Birmingham Southern side, it just deflated them. They're watching balls sail out of here, and they were all jacked up for the first pitch of the ball game, and I think they're all holding their breaths, hoping that this ride just never ends. Now they got new life again.
Well, we got a long way to go, and I don't know if I think it's a pivotal moment in the game, but that Stedman 2-run homer in the 3rd was a big one. It changed the momentum around.
And got them rowdy again. Dutton a base hit. 2-out single.
Second hit of the day for Andrew. 11th hit of the afternoon for the Panthers.
And here's Webby. That's what his teammates call him.
His dad captured the big home run in a video yesterday.
Yeah, wasn't that tremendous?
Yeah. What do you say, Webby, do your job?
Webby, do your job. And one of the guys from D3Baseball.com just happened to be up in the concourse. He's rolling video of Jackson's dad, picks him up saying that, pans the phone, rolling the whole time, and captures the home run. And Dad, of course, the proud papa, with the reaction afterwards. It's just priceless. On the appeal, no swing. Webster did not go around, so it's 1-1. Home run and a single today. 2 driven in, 2 runs scored for Webster.
5 for 10 with 6 RBIs in the tournament and 3 home runs.
Center fielder McVeigh coming on, gets past him. Dutton's going to score. Webster holds up with a double. Another RBI for Jackson Webster. McVeigh tried to make the snag, couldn't come up with it.
Again, he barrels this one up. McVeigh, who had made the circus catch earlier, this time can't make the play. And Dutton comes around to score the 10th run of the game for Birmingham Southern.
I don't think Jackson's going to pay for another meal in Birmingham the rest of his life, the way he's going.
I don't think Jackson's going to have a problem finding a school to play at next year either.
That too. No resume required. He's
between
showing everybody.
The media exposure and what Webster's done when the media has been here, I think is about as good of a resume writer as you could have.
No doubt.
You don't need Indeed. He is indeed a hot hitter right now.
There he is, out at second base. Made it 10-5. 0-2 to Hancock. Foul tipped. Twelve hits now to go along with the 10 runs for the Panthers. Missing 1 and 2. Ball was away.
Hancock 5 for 10 in the tournament with 3 runs scored, including 1 today. And the last day of practice, Tuesday on campus, the team elected Hancock, again we said a 3-time all-conference player, to be the last one to take batting practice on the field on campus. He's held in high regard.
Nice touch. Hughesbow snags it. Side retired, but another tally for the Panthers. Through 5.5, they lead it 10-5.
Welcome back to Eastlake, Ohio, where Birmingham Southern, the Cinderella story of Division III baseball, has a 10-5 lead over Wisconsin-Whitewater. The bottom of the 6th, the Warhawks come up with their number 8 hitter, Dominic McVeigh, followed by Bennett Frazier and Aaron Holland. This is Tams Mullins on. And again, he's thrown 3 innings of relief, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. McVeigh hit a home run earlier. He also had an infield hit. One's hit the opposite way. Banks on the track, has it measured, and gets the first out of the 6th inning. So McVeigh gave it a ride. And Mullins has given the Panthers the innings they need out of the bullpen. There is activity down there, however. This is Frazier, and then the lineup flips over again for the Warhawks. Frazier's reached both times and scored 2 runs. He walked and scored in the second, reached on a fielder's choice and trotted in ahead of Matt Skolin in the fourth when Skolin hit a home run. Fouled off by Frazier. Again, it's a right-hander in the bullpen for Birmingham.
Hanson McCowan, who's starting to get loose.
We saw Hanson the other night against Randolph-Macon.
Catch is made by Dutton, cruising over from his second base spot, 2 away.
It's 5 in a row now, retired by Mullins.
Sometimes you see pitchers who come in that have a quote-unquote comfortable lead. They get a little too comfortable, and then the lead evaporates. Mullins has been steady Eddie so far. Here's Holland now with 2 away. Temper foul, got a piece of number 4.
And this is his first appearance since April 26th. And the longest he has gone all year, I do believe. Excuse me, he's pitched 4 innings against Carroll College of Wisconsin on March 15th. Nowhere else has he gone more than 2 1/3 innings.
Gets ahead of Holland, 0-2. Fouled on the left field side. Skolin is on deck. He's gone yard already, as you've seen.
And they like Whitewater like him to hit with runners on base.
Absolutely. Birmingham Southern wants to end that idea right here. 1-2. Nice find for the Warhawks to bring in a freshman catcher that can also hit leadoff. And snagged by Truitt, up, throwing, and in time!
Truitt flashes some leather. The magic continues for Birmingham Southern. It's a heck of a play. It's a well-hit ball. He dives, then double clutches. Has enough of an arm to throw out Holland, and it's a clean inning, and I don't believe we've been able to say that all day as Whitewater goes.
We move to the 7th inning of this elimination contest. And Birmingham Southern up by 5 at the moment at 10-5. Charlie Banks, first pitch strike. Zita will follow, and then Truitt, who made that sparkling play to end the 6th. When you wander around and when the Birmingham Southern fans are in attendance, and you just kind of eavesdrop a little bit and try to catch some of that energy and that vibe. There's a roll at a Frazier at short, and it's out number 1. You can feel it. It's almost tangible. A lot of them have T-shirts made up, and on the back it's a big baseball, and around it says Birmingham Southern Baseball. We'll let you know when we're ready to close. One away for Jacob Zito.
Again, it's we told you they were 13-10. when the school announced it was closing, you wonder how the heck they get in the national tournament. Well, they got hot. They had that 14-2 run, but then they got beat in their conference tournament. They did an 0-2 barbecue in the conference tournament, but they'd played such a tough strength of schedule that they qualified for the NCAA berth because with an at-large bid. And once they got that at-large bid, they kept winning.
Beat Denison on Denison's baseball diamond in the Super Regional.
Denison was ranked second in the country.
Zito goes down swinging, 2 away.
The story is, well, touched a lot of nerves, but because of all the publicity it has generated, a team playing for a school that doesn't exist, they've raised over $100,000 in a GoFundMe page started by their booster club in Birmingham that paid for a charter flight here. I think they're still getting money for that fund. They plan to give any money that's left over. Well, they hope to buy rings. I mean, that's what they're talking about.
There you go.
With the fund, and if there's any money left over, they plan to give it to the coaches.
Truitt to center field, coming on McVeigh to make the catch. 1-2-3 frame for Hughesbow and the Warhawks. 7th inning stretch time. Whitewater trailing by 5. They did indeed stretch him out here at Classic Park. And now ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Whitewater trailing 10-5 in this contest. The fans who made the trip from Wisconsin, they don't want to go home.
Big Tan Mullins back on the bump.
And first pitch strike to Skolin. This is when you want to face this big bat with nobody on the base paths. He's already gone yard today.
He won the lefty-lefty matchup with Mullins back in the 4th and hit a bullet out of here.
Hesitation there for a second, but it's 1-1.
And Skolin with 17 home runs, the team best. 3 RBIs today, gives him 71 for the year.
He's done a lot of heavy lifting for this Whitewater baseball season. Mullins ahead of him, 1-2. Up the middle, another base hit.
He hangs in there against the left-hander again. Against his 3rd hit of the day.
Perhaps a start and a spark for Whitewater. Here's Eli Frank. Frank, nothing in 3 trips tonight. We just ran through the Birmingham Southern journey. Whitewater got through the regional, then hosted the Super Regional. As Frank goes after the first pitch, Stedman on the run, snow cone catch. Eli covered a lot of ground and reeled it in for out number 1.
Frank gave that one a ride. And fooled Stedman. Might got a boost from the wind out there because Stedman has been pretty good judging fly balls. Almost misjudged that one. But he makes the catch for a big first out. Whitewater down to their last 8 outs.
1 away for Kootway, the DH. First pitch again. Stedman again, this time has to come in and make the grab. 2 away.
And this is what we saw Whitewater doing a lot last night. They ambushed it on the first pitch. Skolin worked the count before singling to center, but Frank and Kootway both go ambushing first pitch fastballs, and they both fly to center. Both hit the ball well, but goes down as loud outs.
Let's see what Danny Hopper does now with 2 away. First pitch swinging, slow roller. Dutton got a charge, throw, and the ball knocked away. Hopper collides with Webster, and the ball goes down into right field. So what looked like the third out gives life to Whitewater here. Second and third with 2 away.
Tough chance. As Dutton charges, throws low, and then Webster can't handle it. It's got to be an error on the second baseman, I would think. That enables the runners to go to second and third, and Thies, who hasn't hit the ball out of the infield.
So that was a great look there. You saw what happened. It caromed off of Webster's glove and then actually hit Hopper on the knee. That's why it careened off into right field down the line.
Andy Thies confers with his coach. It's a big AB.
Absolutely. 2 aboard with 2 outs. Chance to creep closer, down by 5. Mullins trying to bear down here. Another first pitch. This is trouble. This is a gapper. This is going to score a pair. Thies gets it done with a 2-run double. 10-7 now.
And Whitewater takes advantage of the extra out in the inning. Thies wins another lefty-lefty matchup by hitting the ball into the gap in left center. Nice piece of hitting by Thies to knock in his 66th and 67th runs of the year. Splits the outfielders, goes all the way to the fence, and that's going to be all for the left-hander Mullins, who's pitched so very well.
Called to the bullpen. The last 4 hitters all swung at the first pitch. Frank Kootway, Hopper, and Thies. They've got 2. Looking for more here. 10-7 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Pitcher number 3 to work for the Panthers of Birmingham Southern. It's the right-hander Hanson McCown now in.
We saw McCown pitch the other night through 2/3 of an innings against Randolph-Macon, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. But he gets the ball again here. And here's his numbers on the year. 4-0 with a 4.05 ERA. This is his 9th appearance, his 6th out of the bullpen. He's got to save. In 20 innings, McCown's allowed 20 hits, 9 earned runs. He's walked 9, struck out 25, and opponents have hit 250 against this right-hander. Hanson is a 6'2", 180-pound senior from Indian Springs, Alabama.
He inherits a runner. Thies out at second base. There's 2 away. Payton will be the hitter. He said earlier this might be a football score when it's all said and done. We're there. It's 10-7. 22 total hits right now. And Whitewater still swinging away here, down by 3. Payton has gone yard today. Do that again, and it's 10-9. McCown had a little moment back there.
I think he prints the initials in the mound. Obviously a meaningful moment for him whenever he pitches.
He's ready. Sam Payton in the box. Ball 1. There's a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
Nice outing by Tamith Mullins, though. 4 2/3 innings. Sucked up innings when they needed them. Allowed 6 hits and 4 runs. Only 2 earned runs. Didn't walk anybody and struck out a pair.
Sam Payton ripping away. One and two to the Warhawks right fielder. 2 runs in, another one available out there at second base. McCown. He and Payton will do it again.
Payne's lone hit in the tournament in 8 at-bats was a home run in the second.
Got him! Clutch pitch by McCown. But the Warhawks strike for a pair. Birmingham Southern lead is 10-7 after 7.
The NCAA National Champions, 18. Catcher, number 9.
And the scoreboard changed again. Now 10-7 as we go to the 8th inning here in East Lake, Ohio. The winner earns a chance to play another day. That day will be tomorrow.
And the winner will play Salve Regina tomorrow.
The Seahawks await.
Here for the first time, they had a day of rest today. Scheduled to play at 1:15 against the winner of this game.
Shane Nelson leads it off for the Panthers. Up in the air, right side, near the dugout. Eli Frank has room. 1 away. Nelson erased. Ladd, the third baseman, is next.
Mac Hughesbo giving a sense of order here to this game. Hughesbo, the third pitcher used by John Bodenlich.
Here's Parker Ladd. Strike 1.
Hughesbo now has thrown 3 innings, allowed 3 hits and a run. Struck out a pair. There is activity in the Whitewater bullpen, however. Should Hughesbo tire, he's thrown 40 pitches.
Cue shot to first base. And Frank will take that one. 2 away for Eli Stedman. Among all the obstacles for Birmingham Southern to get here, Bill ran through a lot of them. And another one was against Denison in the Super Regional. About a third of the roster came down with what they thought was food poisoning. Still won the Super Regional. It turns out it was actually a form of a neurovirus and still lingering with some guys, still not 100%, but I mean, how many things?
They're giving IVs behind the dugout.
Yeah, during the game.
Yeah.
There's a base hit by Stedman to left.
But Stedman's having a day. He's now 3 for 5. Made a nice catch in center field as well.
And what's the kryptonite for Birmingham Southern? They laugh in the face of adversity. They embrace it. Here's Dutton.
He's 2 for 4.
In the pen for Birmingham Southern, starting to throw is the freshman right-hander Jacob Fields. He had an outing yesterday, Bill, that he would like to forget.
For sure. He's stretching right now.
0-1 to Dutton. Usbo trying to get the final out here. Get the bats back to the plate for Whitewater.
Logan Eisenbarth is throwing in the Whitewater bullpen.
Dutton waits for the 1-1. Runner goes, and Dutton pulls it to left. Stedman on the move will make it into third. Something going here with 2 away, perhaps.
Third hit for Dutton. Perfect execution here and a hit and run. Shortstop Frazier's going to go cover. Dutton puts the ball in the vacated hole. It's short. Runners on the corners. And look who's out.
Jackson Webster with ducks on the pond and 2 away.
3 for 4 today with 3 RBIs. One of those 3 was a long home run.
The home run, then a single, then a double. How about a triple for the cycle?
I think he'd be happy to take a single and bring in an insurance run.
Yeah, you bet.
Because if he gets a triple the way he runs, I do believe that there's some magic in that Birmingham Southern dugout.
Usbo and Holland are conferring here.
This might have been an ordered catching visit from Bodenlich to buy some time. Eisenbach looked like he's ready in the bullpen, though.
So Webster looking for some more magic, some 2-out magic here. And now here comes John Bodenlich and signal to the bullpen. It was to buy a little bit more time.
I don't think he's going to let a tiring Usbo face Webster the way Jackson is swinging the bat.
So we will step aside again here in Ohio. 4th pitcher of the day coming on in another big spot. 10-7 our score. Sophomore right-hander Logan Eisenbarth called upon for Whitewater to try to put the fire out here with 2 outs and 2 on.
Eisenbarth's out of Barrington, Illinois, suburban Chicago. On the year, he's 1-1 with this is his 13th appearance, his 12th out of the bullpen. He's got a save. Eisenbarth's thrown 18 innings, allowed 17 hits, 12 earned runs. He's walked 5, struck out 18, so a strikeout an inning. Opponents have hit 250 against this right-hander, who will face Jackson Webster with 2 on, 2 out, and Birmingham Southern looking to pad a 3-run lead.
Another big spot for the big guy.
And last night's hero, he's had a heck of a tournament.
How many more moments does 23 have? Not this time. Frazier calling it. Catch is made. 1 pitch from Eisenbarth gets the job done. Leave 2 stranded and go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Whitewater trailing by 3. McGowan came on in inning number 7. Now begins the bottom of the 8th inning against Whitewater, trying to preserve a 3-run lead. He'll face McVeigh, Frazier, and then top of the lineup card, Holland.
And he's got a new third baseman behind him. In fact, Mitch Austin, the new third baseman, gives him the ball to start the bottom of the 8th.
Austin taking over for Ladd. So McVeigh will kick things off here for Whitewater. Down by 3. Launch to left. Zito going back. Bounces off the wall. McVeigh, leadoff double. Making noise right out of the chute.
Third hit of the day for the freshman center fielder. And again, first ball hitting. He turns on this one. And they need base runners as much as they needed a home run, so Whitewater will be happy to take that as well.
Frazier's turn. Strike 1. What a message delivered, right? So many first pitch baseballs. If it's there, they're turning these Warhawks loose. Bouncing ball is short. Truitt gets there and gets the out at first. One away with McVeigh holding steady at second. And back to the top, and the catcher, Holland.
Holland 0 for 3 today. He's had a walk. Been pretty quiet in the tournament. It's 1 for 9.
Strike 1 from McCown. To second, Dutton is there. 2 away, McVeigh over to third. But the Panthers counting outs here and counting down. Here's Skolin. Big bat, big threat. Big matchup here with McCown. Rips away at the first offering.
Skolin 3 for 4 today with 3 RBIs. He's 6 for 11 in the tournament. He's driven in 7 for Whitewater. All-American outfielder with 71 RBIs, 17 home runs this year.
Base hit, another run in. Skolin drives one in. On his way to second, he's in there. RBI double to make it 10-8.
Well, he is a tough out. Turns on this one, puts it down in the corner, brings in a very important run with a 2-out hit. And now suddenly Eli Frank is the tying run at the plate for the Warhawks.
Such a smooth stroke. Compact but powerful. Four ribs for Skolin. Just another day at the office for him.
Hit 4 Friday night as well.
So John Vodelinch had a word with Eli Frank before he steps in. One swing out of the yard and we're tied again.
Frank's got 12 home runs this year, 65 RBIs.
Strike on the outside.
Frank also has the highest batting average on the team at .426. But he's been quiet here in Eastlake. 0 for 4 today, 1 for 12 in the tournament.
Nelson there to help his pitcher out. Cowan trying to dig in, get a good grip on that baseball. 1-1 to Eli Frank. Swing and a miss. That ball had late action, tailing away from Frank. Just got a piece.
Went up the ladder on the big guy.
McCowan against Frank.
Trying to get him to chase the sweeper. Frank with a good eye.
If they're not standing here at Classic Park, they're on the absolute edge of their seats. 2-2 with 2 away. Whitewater down by 2. Launch to left. This game is tied.
Whitewater apparently hasn't read a lot of Disney novels because Frank just broke a lot of hearts behind the Birmingham dugout. He just jacked that one. That was a no doubt about it. Home run to left. Frank with his 13th bomb of the year. He's all over this middle hanger. And again, he extends his arms and hits it a long way. And we're tied. Whitewater has rallied with 5 runs in the last 2 innings. Frank provides the last 2.
Eli says, where is everybody? Oh, yeah. My guys in the dugout to celebrate. Double-digit baseball game. 10 apiece here in the bottom of the 8th.
Visit from the pitching coach.
There is Fields, Jacob Fields. They won't make a pitching change. But we are even again.
I wouldn't throw Kootway a first pitch fastball the way they've been ambushing guys.
Yeah. That has been the theme.
Although Frank worked that count. He did a nice job. And then took advantage of the hanger.
First pitch to Adam. He goes after the first pitch. And he's got a base hit. And that is now your go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th.
Line score is identical. 10 runs, 14 hits, 1 error after Kootway lines a single to center for his 3rd hit of the day.
Now a chance for Danny Hopper to be a hero. This might drop, and it does. Back-to-back singles on the first pitch each time. Whitewater gets the go-ahead run out at second base.
4 straight hits for the Warhawks.
And now, pitching change necessary. It'll be the freshman Jacob Fields. We'll tell you his story when we return.
Now pitching for Birmingham Southern, number 3, Jacob Fields.
In a tight spot, in a tie ball game, and 2 on with 2 out, Jacob Fields, a freshman, comes on for Birmingham Southern.
Fields in the year 1-1 with a 4.70 ERA. This is his 19th appearance. He's thrown 23 innings, allowed 23 hits, 12 earned runs. He's walked 16, struck out 33. He's also thrown 5 wild pitches, and that was his bugaboo yesterday when he appeared against Randolph-Macon. In the 3rd inning of work, he allowed a hit and a run, 2 walks, and a couple wild pitches. Fields in a tight spot here against Andy Thies, who's driven in 2 runs with a double and started this 5-run comeback, which has us in a tie.
Swing and a miss by Thies. This is your redemption story if you're Jacob Fields. Given the baseball and given an opportunity to help the cause here. They appeal, and they get the call. 0-2 to Thies. Yep, that went too far. Fields needs one more. Again, Nelson busy behind the plate. Every ball in the dirt, got to keep it in front. Warhawks, here they are, the go-ahead runs at first and second. 1-2 on the way to Thies. Launched out of play. The freshman Fields. Center field, Stedman going back on the move. Makes the catch on the track. Thies gave it a ride, gave it a chance. But the Warhawks will have to settle for the 10-10 tie after 8. Panther fans still standing, still believing, still hoping to break the 10-10 tie here in the top of the 9th. Ian Hancock, the senior, to lead it off against Eisenbarth, the right-hander. Swings at the first offering. Banks will follow, and then Zito.
At the heart of the order for Birmingham Southern.
Strike. Caught the corner. Eisenbarth gets ahead. 1-2.
Told you earlier, Whitewater doesn't have that shutdown closer. They do have bullpen activity right now.
got him to chase. Out of the zone, Hancock waved at it, one away.
Eisenbarth is one of 3 pitchers who's got a save. Good pitch there to get Hancock to chase. The only one with more than 1 save is Danny Hopper, the third baseman. He's got a pair.
One away for Charlie Banks.
And Banks never gets cheated on a swing. 1 for 4 today with a triple and an RBI.
Straight up on the infield. Eli Frank calling everyone off. The big mitt grabs it for out number 2. And now Jacob Zito. Couple of singles for Zito. Couple of runs driven in. Strike 1. Strike 2.
Guy's throwing hard. And he's saying, here's my best fastball, hit it.
Ooh. Eisenbarth, a little grunt at the end of that pitch. He wanted it. And fire again, the 1-2. Foul tip. Zito hangs in there, stays alive. In the Warhawks half of inning number 9. 7, 8, 9, Peyton, McVeigh, and Frazier. Two and 2.
Spun the ball there. Tried to fool Zito, who's been seeing nothing but gas.
Staying alive in the box.
Yeah, good job by Zito to spoil that pitch. Ty Truitt is next. Zito gets aboard.
Eisenbarth looking for the knockout punch. Thies, catch. Eisenbarth fired up, did his part, now looking for the bats to do theirs. Whitewater hoping to walk it off here. Now the freshman, Jacob Fields, got a hold serve for Birmingham Southern to give his team a chance to go ahead in extra innings. Whitewater would love to walk it off and become one of the final 4 teams to continue to play here at the Division III Baseball Championships. It's Sam Payton to lead it off. And it's Sam Payton to walk it off.
So it is Whitewater, which ends the magical run of Birmingham Southern, the team that doesn't have a school to go home to, as Whitewater comes back from 10-5 down to break everybody's heart in Birmingham and really around the country. Whitewater with an 11-10 win to eliminate Birmingham Southern in their last year as a college.
What a moment for Sam Payton. And he knew it.
Yeah, that was, must have been no doubt about it in his first one, which occurred in the second inning. That was a bomb. That went a long way. And Whitewater comes off the mat from 10-5 down to stay alive. And again, and the magical ride of Birmingham Southern, which captivated so many hearts.
Happy, happy, joy, joy for the kids from Wisconsin. And let the record reflect that the final game in the history of Birmingham Southern baseball was an 11-10 loss in the NCAA Division III baseball championships that ended on 7:48 p.m. on June 2nd, 2024. Last call, Birmingham Southern. It's closing time.
Whitewater hits 5 home runs, including 2 by Sam Payton, to break a lot of hearts in Birmingham and the party for those guys. Payton with 2 homers. Eli Frank with a game-tying homer in the 8th. And they just outslugged Birmingham Southern. You said they should play home run derby? Well, they did, and the Warhawks won.
They got one more swing and only needed one more swing. A lot of emotion pouring out, not only there, but there. What a ride these gentlemen have been on. They kept believing. Their coach believed in them. And as a kid, when you're playing baseball, you hope and dream for moments. This group had so many moments. It wasn't a happy ending, but it was a great story and a great ride.
And Weisberg said he started thinking the 8th inning when his team was down about what he was going to say after the game, and then his team came from behind and won improbably yesterday. Well, now it's reality, no longer surreal. Now he has to address his team, who doesn't have a school to go home to. The school shut down Friday, and this team hung around longer than people thought. You can see some tears in that huddle as Coach Weisberg talks to his group for the last time.
We enjoyed being able to ride along with them. The Birmingham Southern Panthers. Last chapter as Whitewater wins it 11-10. We've got more baseball on Monday. 4 teams are left standing. Join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern to kick things off here in East Lake, Ohio. For Bill Brophy and our terrific entire crew here at Classic Park, Bob Brainerd saying so long. And you've been watching the NCAA Division III Baseball Championships on NCAA.com.